Black light. You see, as I was born into this world, I was going to spiritual teachings of that of the Most High when I was in my mother's stomach. She was attending the teachings of Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, given to him through Master Farad Muhammad, setting in on the nation of Islam's teachings. All up until the age of 6 or 7. By that time, at the age of 6 or 7, my mother went her own separate way from the teachings of the nation. And quite naturally, I went with her because that's my mother. But at the age of 7, I had internalized the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the basic teachings. And throughout my childhood, coming up, going to public school, in the back of my mind, all the time was the teachings of Elijah Muhammad in the Nation of Islam. And that, I always looked at the Caucasian in the school system. I could see into it. I always could see into the Caucasian mind. But what had me confused, or not confused, but at odds, was my parents' behavior. They was acting other than themselves. But they were wise people as far as knowing how to survive this society or the white man's world. But their aims for me was to be a scholar or a learned individual in the white man's system, which I couldn't do. I wasn't made up like that. And my uncle, who introduced my mother and my grandmother into the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he was always close by. His behavior wasn't exactly on point all the time, but he knew teachings, and he was a learned man into the teachings, into all the metaphysics, the Kemetic, even what is now known as the Nuwabian, the Moors, he was all into all of it. And he showed me how to fuse all the different schools of thought to get out the best part. And when I became of age, and to myself, I learned how to listen to that voice within myself. I'm learning how to block out all distractions. And I'm finding out that the only thing I need to do is to stay in constant communication with the supreme voice that's within me at all times, and how to apply myself into digging into the supreme voice within, no matter what or who is in front of me or what I'm doing at that particular time, to tune in to myself, to that higher, the most highest consciousness that there is. It's a process that will take time because of the distractions. And I'm finding out that the more I'm in harmony with myself, the more I rise above emotions into the thinking of God. And the more that I'm in tune to my environment and what I have to contend with, because my mission that I chose for myself is to try to unite my people, young and old. This was the mission of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, because unity is the key. Now, brothers have diversified themselves under the label of black thought into many different camps. And you got brothers that been over in Africa, many tribes over there, many thoughts that's over there, different thought that's over in Africa. I mean, I don't knock nobody else's thing, you know, but my thing is this, that everything that we need to heal ourselves is self-contained within us. Everything we need to strengthen ourselves is within us. Anything that's on the outside can only give aid, or too much of a thing could give discomfort and destroy. So you go within before you go without. And that's my philosophy. So when I was younger, I had illnesses that I was close to death so many times. One time I did actually stop breathing for a period of time. Now, my mother told me it was over 10 minutes. But when I rationalized that among myself, I can't see why I'm not brain dead, if that was the case. Because when you go over 10 minutes without breathing, seemed like you would be brain dead. So I don't know if that's accurate or not. Maybe it seemed like 10 minutes to her or more to her. She said actually she told me about 20 minutes. You know, she said the doctor was sweating profusely to bring me back alive, to bring me back to life. But as time went on, I was close to death many, many more times. And even the doctors at one time told me that it was a miracle that I came out of it. So this is my journey, you know, through life. What's happening to the black man and woman at this point in time, 2017, February the 12th, I believe it is, on a Sunday. Is that the youth are being misled for a future purpose. So this leaves us disunited. So now let me say it's a war within the black nation or the black world. Many different philosophies. Let me say this, that all these different philosophies are different parts of truth. Some and most of them are accurate, but you got that falsehood woven in between that. Now this is when you have to go within yourself. Can't nobody tell you what is the path that you might swallow but yourself. So you got to have a criteria, a basis for choosing the right path, or the basis of choosing what's true and what's not true. And I'm going to give you an example on the next video. Black Light Out.